Hi, this is the Easton Library, and welcome to Community Career Conversations. Hi, Mary Beth.
Hi, Christine. It's great to be here. Very
Yes.
excited for these conversations.
And so today we're speaking to Mousmi Bose Godbole. She is an associate professor of marketing and the MBA program director at Fairfield University. Thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting. I'm really honored. Thank you.
So Mousmi, tell me a little bit about what you do.
So a lot of my job is actually very interesting, bringing new things, creating new things that hasn't been discovered. I do a lot of research in what people buy, why do they buy, what do they do when they buy things, so shopping patterns. My dissertation was in why do people have 50 pairs of shoes or 1,000 pieces of clothes, you know? A lot of my research is about understanding consumer psychology, what's happening here, and therefore why do people do and buy the things that they do buy.
Interesting. I love that.
So that takes a chunk of my time. I enjoy teaching. So a lot of our time goes into teaching students as well as helping them develop careers and, helping them develop a vision of how they see themselves in the years to come, and just interacting with students. It's a very fun thing.
Yeah.
It just energizes me on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. I mean, it sounds so interesting. How long have you been doing this career?
So this is my second career. My first one started when I was working in marketing and sales in the pharmaceutical industry. So I was used to be a biology major, and from there I moved into MBA, did my MBA, and then worked in quite some time, 8.5 years in pharmaceutical industry, and started from sales and then moved up through the ladder into product management and managing businesses, like what's called an strategic business unit, managing corporate sales of a company.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, really, is this something, a time comes in your life when you say, is this what I want to see myself for the rest of my life? And then, those moments come in when you start questioning. And that was the time when I come from a house of people who love to read books and question and have discussions. And my dad was a professor. So that inspired me to go back to studies once again. And since then, I've never looked back. I have enjoyed doing research, thinking about things and talking about cool things with people around me.
Mm-hmm.
Students.
So on like an average day at Fairfield University, like walk us through a couple things that you would do in an average day. Maybe not your whole day, but some of your average things.
1, enjoy meeting people.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first. 2, teaching. 3, a lot of research. We get together as faculty, as students, and we start thinking about what is new that we're seeing around us. Why are people doing that? So we're always in this research mode of, asking questions and then trying to find answers. Sometimes to find answers, we have to collect data, we have to analyze data, and then find, make some inferences out of them. So that takes place a lot about what we do. And since I'm also into administration, taking care of our MBA program, so again, talking to a lot of students, and basically have fun.
So that sounds like it's your favorite part of the job, is being around people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It sounds so fascinating.
Yes, absolutely. I enjoy people, and more so talking to, I think, youngsters. It's just growing up, I always had my dad to ask questions, and even later in life, I had him to go back and because we from very similar fields, and so and I've learned a lot from what he's given me, and so if I get a chance to give it and help other people develop their own careers or have a dream, I would say, then I feel that for me is success. And of course, the minute we're able to discover something in our professional careers, I think that is adding to new knowledge. And so that means something as well.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
So you seem to love your job. So you would recommend this kind of a career for high school students?
Oh, absolutely. We talk about this. Uh, Instead, I mean, I talk on a day-to-day basis, not to high school students, but to university level students, just a few years ahead. But it's almost the same, it's, yes, as you're going into this career, you have to study a little extra. You have to put in that hard work, but with that hard work comes a lot of things, comes a great job, comes a great sense of community. You get to do interviews with newspapers, magazines, or TV channels when they ask for opinion, your expertise in different areas. You get to write, maybe create your own blog, because you've gotten expertise or you've done some research, come up with some cool original ideas, and so you get to write blogs. You get to publish your own papers, right? Those are your own. No one can take them away ever. So that makes it a very interesting and very cool job. Yeah. So there is some hard work, but tremendous amount of results at a later point. But they'll be there throughout your life.
Yeah.
Wow.
So is there any other job that you think you would enjoy or you would be good at?
So yes. So a career like this doesn't need to be in the, you don't have to be a professor. You can work in Amazon. You can work in, say, any finance company. You can work in anywhere where they need experts to do research for them. Okay, so the pay is amazing. And of course, since you've developed expertise in your area, you tend to share it with a whole bunch of people. And they take your research and then they start to apply it in their own areas within the company. So, and then you get to suggest people how things can be done better. because you've done the research.
Mhm.
So yes, tons of different areas, a lot of different things can be done once you've just put in that you've gone through the ladder of studies. Yes,
Mhm.
that may be the hardest part. But once you, as I said, the returns are way, way more than the amount that you put in.
Yeah. Oh, that's fascinating.
It sounds wonderful. And I think the research end sounds so fabulous that, you know, the curiosity that leads you on that path.
Yes. And that curiosity, like when I go and ask people, why do you, um, would you mind sharing why you bought it? Or I've been to the mall and I would follow people. They would know that I'm following them, but I would follow the people and see what are they touching, why are they touching, where are their eyes going when they're looking at products, what are the products they're looking, and if they've looked, why haven't they bought? So there are tons of things. Now these days we shop online, so everything is online. So I'm studying now, what type of reviews do people do?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And what can you infer as a company from these reviews? What is the consumer psyche? What are people thinking here that they are typing but not very clearly, but what can you infer out of that?
Oh,
Okay.
that is so interesting. I mean, there's such a cool psychological component to it also.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
For
great.
example, Chinese consumers put in 5 stars, but American consumers don't put in 5 stars if their product is not good. So
Mhm.
why are Chinese consumers putting in 5 stars when they don't like a product? So questions are endless.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and yes, finding those answers help companies in very many ways.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, I love all these careers that, um, so many of us, if we're not in that field, we just don't understand all the ins and outs and the different aspects of it that you wouldn't necessarily come to your mind immediately. And it's so interesting. And
So
thank you so
true.
much for talking with us and with,
Yes.
this to tell kids, high school kids and that age, just all the different aspects of what they could possibly see in a career like yours. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
I learned so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And we hope to see you again at another issue of Community Conversations. Thanks from the Easton Library.
Thank you. Bye-bye then.